The question of transsexuality is very complex. It's not homosexuality. It's not simply a matter of dressing up in clothes of the opposite sex. It's a matter of really believing that the sex declared on your birth certificate is very, very wrong. This film is about transsexuals. It's an honest film, and some will find parts of it offensive.
How do you cope with a situation where, in your head, in your mind, you feel you're a woman? You feel like a woman in that sense, but you're physically you're male. Your reactions with your body tend to look male because your body's male.
Eddie is a transsexual. At the moment, he is forced to lead a double life. While at work, he is Eddie, but at home, he is Evelyn. He is looking forward to one day living full-time as a female. But he has a problem. You see, he is still married to his wife, Margaret. Margaret has had to cope with the discovery, after 10 years of happy marriage, that her husband now thinks that he is really a woman.
It's loneliness is the big thing. If only he'd be killed on the way to work or on the way back, then I could be a proper widow. I could grieve and have my bereavement and probably get over it a lot quicker than having him sort of still alive but different.
These two people also have an unusual relationship because they are, in fact, brothers, Patrick and Tommy. But recently, Tommy changed. He decided to live as a woman and become Bianca.
The first time I saw Tommy dressed as a woman was when he came here with a guy. It was shocking, at first anyway. I mean, I didn't notice Tommy, really. He walked right straight through that door. I mean, as a girl, and I didn't know who it was, and he's my brother. Or my sister, I don't know. You know, I just couldn't pick it out.
4 Hawaiians, 2 actions, please.
4 Hawaiians. I don't see myself as a man. I've always related to other guys as a woman.
So you're not homosexual?
No. I don't class myself as a homosexual. I class myself as heterosexual, yes.
But a woman?
Yes.
Tommy, or Bianca as he is now known, is lucky because his whole family, his father, his stepmother, his brother, and his 2 sisters are trying very hard to be understanding.
She looked very pretty as a boy, or very nice as a boy. Really, she looked, you know, like, had a lot of curls down the bottom and at the top of her hair. And, you know, her face looks like it is now, but except now she wears makeup and all because she's turning into a female, see? And before, you know, when she looked like a boy, she used to have little freckles on the sides and no makeup at all. And see, it's
and
changed. It's changed a lot because now she can wear dresses and all these, and like boys, they normally wear, you know, like shirts and jeans and shorts and that.
Isn't that a word that is big for you to use?
There's a lot of things in society you don't talk about or you don't hear about, see? You know, transsexuals, and all we try to do is sweep it under the mat, you know, and forget about it. But, you know, it really starts hurting you when you got one of them in the family. I was really, you know, deeply hurt inside.
The day he come home dressed as a woman, I thought that was Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought me a big bunch of flowers. That's right, yeah, with Shane.
God, they made me feel
I mean, you can call him Bianca now. I mean, he hasn't had the operation, so that means to say you're only going to call him Bianca when he has the operation.
Put it that way, that'll be the final step to proving it to everybody that he really wants to be female, isn't it?
You'll see how much happier I would be, too.
There's no turning back when you have that operation.
I know that. Turn back. I don't want to turn back. Come on.
Unless you
You're pretty sure about that?
No, bloody oath.
was trying to be what I felt society said I should be. Because for a long time, over the last couple of years when I realised what the situation has been with me, I tried to fight it. I couldn't exactly cope with the effect it would have on my wife.
About 12 months ago, he began to get extremely moody and depressed and very silent. He wouldn't talk to me. If I went near him just to put my arms around him, he'd draw back from me. He didn't want any contact. So first of all, I thought that he'd just fallen out of love with me or didn't like me anymore, or that the pressures that we'd had financially had got to him to the point where that was all he could think about, and he didn't seem to be aware of me as a person.
What are your feelings for her?
Love in a different sense. Maybe as a sister, or a very good friend. It's not a sexual love. It's just two people sharing a house, that's all.
Isn't it Puss there? Mine's about psychic phenomena. About a girl that was born there twice, born and then came back again. It's really interesting.
When Eddie is ready for work and dressed as a man, Margaret does feel much happier. But it's also then that she is reminded of the type of marriage she used to have.
Top, the one we've got out there would be approximate from there to there.
Does it matter if the taps are where they
Well, I mean, having a gap at one end.
I really still loved him and I just thought he'd get over it. Well, it just made me stay and hope for that it would change back. But I even asked him the night that you were coming here for our first talk, about half an hour before you got here. I said to him, throw the pills away. Don't let them, don't go through with all your body changes. Be you again. I was standing in the shower, then you came in to do something. And I said, please. So I said, if you do, I said, we'll start again. But he just said he was sorry he couldn't.
The best fish restaurant in town is waiting to serve you their fish of the day. John West's freshest, most clear-eyed flounder, stuffed with prawns, mussels, mushrooms. Turn up as late as you like. John West promise you won't miss out on anything, except artificial flavors and preservatives. But then you wouldn't expect them in the best fish restaurant in town, would you? John West, fish of the day.
Christmas is a time for caring. So give the gift that is all about caring. A year of care from the people who brought you the little yellow vans. You can buy RAC membership as a gift at your nearest RAC office. The RAC. We're more than a rainy day friend.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore? Because the Commodore is keeping up with you.
This year, Commodore's Family Pack is more value than ever. You get an education in computers with the new Commodore 64, all these extras, plus 4 very realistic games, like Le Mans Formula 1 racing, one-day cricket match, and the armchair official America's Cup computer game. The new Commodore 64 Family Pack, $499, keeping you ahead in the game of life.
This is Anastasia. You'd think she was a 3-year-old chinchilla, but she's actually a prima ballerina. So, at dinner time, it's Dine. Dine is Australian-made. 100% meat, 100% fish. No added cereals and no preservatives. A prima ballerina like Anastasia wouldn't feel right with anything less. Any cat can eat. But for a cat that's really a person, it's Dine. 100%.
Sunday, a special 2-hour edition of The World Around Us. Join Jacques Cousteau as he journeys down the entire course of the Earth's longest river, the Nile. 4,000 miles of adventure, uncovering 7,000 years of recorded history, and encountering the endless forms of life that rely on its precious waters, much of it little changed since prehistoric times. Don't miss the fascinating story of the Nile. 6:30 Sunday on 9.
Bianca no longer lives at home. Today she is moving in with a young group, all of whom are transsexuals. Instead of heading for King's Cross, the drag scene, or even prostitution, kids like Bianca now have an alternative. This is a new annex to a government-funded halfway house for transsexuals. And Bianca and her friends are the first to move in. Transsexuals are often confused with transvestites. But unlike transvestites, who are men who only dress as women, transsexuals believe they are women. And here, they hope to live their lives without fear of ridicule or harassment.
Well, girls, I've just been over to the house. Looks like we're going to have some problems, huh?
Oh, no, what kind?
The lady next door. I went into the door and sort of knocked on the door and said, "How do you do? I'm Simone."